This is what I've been asked to compare. I've been asked to compare the DJI Ronin 4D with the Sony FX3. I actually don't really understand the comparison that you guys want to see from this. Maybe you guys don't know people who own both cameras. Maybe you're leaning more to one than the other based on something specific. And if that is you, then I'm going to try to give you my best unbiased opinions about different variables on each camera and what's important to me when I'm shooting. So let's talk finances first. The Ronin 4D right now is coming in about $7,000, and that is the 6K version. The 8K version, which you can just get this camera module here, just short of $4,000 extra. So you're looking about 10 racks if you're trying to get this in the 8K model. The FX3 is about 3,700. The FX3 right now is about 3,700. And I just seen a price slash on Amazon for like 300 bucks less. So there are some deals with this, right? But the Ronin 4D does come with a lot more out of the gate. Like, you got to think about it. You are coming into it with a gimbal attached. You do have an external monitor right out of the gate. You have the LiDAR system. You have a focus puller on the side. Like, this is just a camera, you know, just the specs of this are amazing, but you're not getting external monitors right out of the gate. You're not getting a gimbal attached to it. Like, there's a lot of things that you're not getting from this. So the price comparison, I take with a grain of salt, because you just have to know that you are getting more with this if that's what you're looking for, and you're going to have to pay for those things. So it's a little strange to kind of compare prices, but I did want to start with that because some people just need to know numbers, right? In terms of the battery life, I find that they are just shy of the same for what I use it for. Now, a lot of my work is events, is highlight videos. I work with real estate. I'm a professional real estate media company, so everything that I use my cameras for are real estate invested. Now, there are times where I do like real estate podcasting, where two professionals are talking about the industry, and maybe a lender, and they're talking about numbers and things like that. And in those situations, I do lean more so towards the FX3, because I get to, you know, change lenses and everything, and we'll get into that later. But I do lean into the FX3 a lot more for those types of situations, especially because I have some V-mount batteries that I can just pop on to the back of this, and I don't have to touch it or worry about battery life at all. Obviously, there's a size difference, but in comparison with what I'm shooting it for, they kind of are about the same. I just did a birthday party the other day, and I was able to use the Ronin 4D the entire time without changing a battery, and I was there for about 2.5 hours. So it did well. I don't think. Oh yeah, see, I didn't even change this battery. It was about 30% left on this battery, so I still had a little bit more. The next one is lenses. Obviously, the FX3 is winning in the lens department. The Ronin 4D, I don't know what's going on with DJI, but you guys need to step up the lens options with the Ronin 4D. And I'm talking native lenses. Obviously, you can use an adapter so that you can use your Sony lenses on the Ronin 4D. I actually have it, and I have not used it yet. And it's because you have to put a counterbalance on the back of this mount here. And I'm really not in the mood to just go through that right now. What I have on here is a 17 to 28. And for everything I'm doing, that's enough. But I would love to have a 24 to 70 on here. And that internal zoom is a big deal to me. So mounting the 24 to 70 that I have for my Sonys on here, and it actually zooms out, will be problematic in the balancing department. If you know, or if you balance gimbals, you know what I'm talking about. Now, in terms of packing, and this is something that I think the Ronin is winning with, if you are planning to shoot an entire event and you just want to carry the least amount of gear possible, this Ronin 4D is definitely going to be what you're looking towards. Now, I'm used to using this for most of my work. And because it's bare bones, that means I have to pack lenses, that means I have to get monitors, that means I have to pack the gimbal, bring up all the extra batteries. And by the time I'm done, I'm carrying a backpack or two full of stuff. Now with this, it already has everything I need attached to it. All I really need is a microphone in case somebody wants to speak, and I'm set. And I really love this hard shell case that DJI made for this. It's really sleek looking, it's very strong, and honestly, it's just a professional look. I really do enjoy that part of it. And I like that it has the locks right here so you can change your combinations and just put your own lock combination on it so you don't have to worry about it, anybody busting in it or whatever. So yeah, in terms of just packing light, the Ronin 4D is definitely the way to go for that. Now in terms of memory cards, I have for the FX3 a tough V90 128 gigabyte card. This cost me about 200 bucks. And then for the Ronin 4D, I have the SanDisk Extreme Pro 256 gigabyte. This one, it was about $300. Now with just the size comparison, there was going to be a cost difference, but the memory cards are definitely different. I don't know if you can, well, I'll zoom into that later, but the memory cards are definitely different. And if you're operating on a system that needs card readers, you do need a specific card reader for the Ronin 4D. Where is it? And because you're using this type of CF Express card, you do need a specific card reader. And I wish somebody would have mentioned that before, and they never did. But this is the SanDisk card reader that I have to use on my computer. There are no slots on Macs or PCs that are this big. Even for a normal card reader like this, I can put my Fx3 card in there, no problem. But if I try to do the same thing with this, it's way too big. It's way too wide. There's no way to do that. So you do have to use this card reader. It plugs in right here, clicks down, and then you plug this end into whatever system you're using. But you have to get, because you have to buy these together if you want to be editing anything. The memory card system alone is a little bit more expensive. So I say the FX3 is winning on that regard. I wish I didn't have to buy a bunch of extra pieces in order just to, you know, get my footage off my camera. Because when I first got this, I was filming a whole bunch of stuff in the field, just practicing with it. I tried to bring it back home to, you know, look at the footage, and I wasn't able to. So if you are thinking about getting this, just know you will have to get a SanDisk card reader to go along with it. And I will say the last one that's important to me, which the Ronin 4D I'm leaning towards, is the internal NDs. I do have ND filters for this, but I mean, it's internal NDs. Any camera that has an internal ND system is going to win for me. Now, maybe this will have something like that in the future with the FX3 Mark II or something like that. I would love for some internal NDs, because if that is the case, this is going to be the GOAT of cameras for a while for me. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up because it is getting kind of long. I hope that helped for anybody who is considering getting one or the other with these two types of cameras. I really wasn't trying to do a comparison because they're really so different and utilized for some totally different needs. But overall, if you're looking for an all-in-one system and you're not really picky on the lens options that you have, this is the way to go. You know, you have your gimbal, external monitor, and just all in all LiDAR system all packed into one. You got to deal with the weight. You do have to deal with the memory card situation, but overall, it's a good way to go. If you're trying to be a little bit more discreet, trying to be a little bit faster, and you want multiple lens options, obviously the FX3 is the GOAT for you. And in terms of what I use the most, I use the FX3 a lot more just because I've learned to just be fast with this thing. I already have all of my customized buttons set up, and I've been using this for the last 2 years. So I have been well versed in my FX3 knowledge. So I just been, whenever I know I have a shoot and it's going to be small, maybe like an hour long, I'm grabbing this over this. Now, if you're new to the page, my name is Simeon, and I'm here to help new creatives find direction. If you have camera questions, lens questions, business questions, questions on how to get your next client or your first client, please reach out and I'll make a video on it. I love making videos about the questions that you guys have. And I would love to just continue doing that because I enjoy doing YouTube. I love this. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video.